Hi, my name's John. First off, I'd like to ask everyone out there to raise their hands if you have a credit card. I know I do. And did you know that according to csun.edu, about 70 to 75% of all college students have a credit card, many of which have exceeding credit card debt of $2,000. And that also, according to abcnews.go.com, the typical American has about $9,800 of credit card debt. And the fact is that credit card debt is becoming an increasingly large problem in our country today. And with the current state of our economy, credit card debt can be a major hindrance and a serious stressor in our lives. And you've probably guessed it today that we're going to talk about the credit card dilemma and why it's a problem, and some tips to help you to get out of credit card debt and hopefully stay out. The fact of the matter is, a lot of Americans are in financial trouble today. And according to usatoday.com, a weakening economy along with the rising cost of living has led many Americans to use credit cards to pay for everyday necessities like groceries and gas. And unfortunately, this has caused many Americans also to overextend themselves. And they're getting so deep into debt that managing that credit card debt is like another full-time job in itself. And according to statistics from creditcard.com, a typical consumer has access to approximately $19,000 on all credit cards combined. With this much easy access to credit, it's no wonder that Americans are becoming more reliant on credit cards. The other major issue at hand that HuffingtonPost.com has reported is that more and more Americans are defaulting on their credit card debt, which is causing banks to lose billions, which in turn is also causing more of a problem with the already looming credit crisis, which has our tax dollars going to financial institutions like Citibank. And on top of that, HuffingtonPost.com also has mentioned that Americans are in about $900 billion in credit card debt. Now that we know how big of a problem credit card debt can be, how about we take a look at what you can do to make credit card debt less of a problem for you. So if you find yourself with a large credit card balance, simply stop charging. And if you're financially strapped and you do occasionally need to use credit cards to get by, try and charge only what you can pay off in full every month. And my uncle, he once told me before going to college that the best general rule of thumb is really to not use a credit card unless you have the money to pay it back immediately. But another good rule of thumb is to never have a credit card balance exceeding 3 times what you can pay off in full in a month. Secondly, if you have more than one credit card, pay more on the one with the higher interest rate, and so on. Thirdly, if you're using plastic just for the necessities, try and use a debit card or cash, because there's definitely a psychological impact on using cash that would help you to spend less. And my fourth tip is that there are many cards out there with a low introductory interest rate, many of which have 0% to start for 6 months to as long as a full year. And with a low fixed interest rate thereafter. Take advantage of those type of cards and transfer your credit card balance from a higher interest rate to one of those cards. Be forewarned that you could fall into one of those traps of using your credit card that you just transferred all over again and having a whole extra debt. Now what I'd like you to do is to try to picture how much easier life would be if you have a credit card bill that's showing up in your mailbox that says zero balance. Because there's nothing like credit card debt to sink your spirit and cause a lot of unnecessary stress. But the idea of being debt-free can help you to get motivated to start taking charge of your financial future. And you don't have to give up on credit cards completely. Maybe now it's time for you to start making them work for you. And here are just a few tips. First, create a budget and keep track of all your spending, because it's important to know where your money is going to. And second, give a call and ask to see if you can lower your interest rate, because most companies want to keep their customers. And thirdly, simply try to pay off all of your credit card debt every month, because this way you'll avoid all of that interest and you'll build a good credit history. Now that you know how big of a problem credit card debt can be, and some tips to help you to stay out of credit card debt and the pressures that come along with it, and even though these tips may sound easy, and if you really want to get out of debt, you have to plan and be patient. So, as Harvey Mackay said a while back, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So, if you can manage your credit properly, you'll see nice rewards like lower interest rates and, again, a positive credit history. Now it's time for you to take charge of your financial future. And thank you for listening to me speak, and I hope that some of this can be of help to you.